Hey, well, hello everyone out there in YouTube land. This is Saida, the domestic handmaiden of distinction, coming back again as always to you live and direct. I hope that all is well with you. Hope you're having a grand day. I'm doing pretty good. Thank you so much. As promised, I am going to be showing you how I process my second ferment. So this it should be finished now. This is the first ferment. It's been 24 hours and it's actually been near my dehydrator, so it's, you know, should even be better than it should be, but nonetheless. So I'll be showing you that process when I get done. And another thing I want to talk to you guys about, so I just cleaned my surface as well with just some water and vinegar just now. And another thing I want to discuss with you guys, and I'll just be doing that in another video. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share and comment if you would like to see that. And that is going to be discussing what you should not have in your kitchen while you're processing fermented foods and the like and what you should be using as a cleaning agent during that time, because you don't want your ferment to fail, and your ferment definitely could fail if you're using the wrong cleaning agents and that in your home. So I'll be back once this is done. Well, let me just show you. Let me show you what it's looking like. Uh-oh. Let's see here. Ooh, it's nice and thick. Look at that. You can't really tell, but oh my goodness. Chai, the movement. This is a movement. This is a real movement. So this is how thick and rich it is. Wow. So anyway, I'm going to process this. I need to remove the grains, and I'll come back and show you how I will be fermenting doing the processing the second ferment. Okay, so I have removed the kefir grains, and now I'm getting ready to do my second ferment. And that is to make it even more healthier. It gives it more probiotics, and it flavors it, and it thickens it to a thick, smooth consistency that you wouldn't believe. So what I have here, you can use any type of sweetener you like. I'm using honey. So if you wanted to use a fruit puree or some other type of let me show you these. So, sorry. So as I was saying, so you can use like a fruit puree, fruit juice. Some people use tea bags even, things like that. But what I'm using, as you can see here, these are just some, these for flavors and whatever. You could use that. But what I use is I'm going to be using honey, and you don't need a lot. You only need maybe like a half a cup, or yeah, probably a half a cup. Let me check. And sorry, I only have one hand, so let's see. Maybe even a fourth. Let's see here. Maybe even a third, maybe even a third, or maybe a third. A third is, yeah, because a cup would be too much. A cup is definitely too much. So I would say maybe a third or half a cup of, because this is like a half a gallon. So I would use a third of a cup of the honey, and I would use raw honey, if or manuka, if you could, if that's something you use. And I would use maybe like a teaspoon or a teaspoon or so of whatever the flavor is. I'm using again this lemon because I love citrus flavors and lemon, and I'm just going to use a half a teaspoon, I think, of this lemon, and a half a teaspoon of this pure vanilla. And I will come back once it is done so I can show you what it looks like. So I got like I said, I don't have my my tripod set up, but I'm just going to use that much of this honey, just about that much. Dollop that in. see. I used just a tad bit more, but it's okay because it needs that sugar, but I don't want it to be too sweet. I just want the taste, and that's what the ferment does. It second ferment eats up the sugar. So anyway, like the lemon, just a dollop, then the vanilla, a dollop. I hope that doesn't change the color too much. I'm gonna put a little bit more, okay, that lemon in there. That's my favorite. Then I'm just going to stir it. Stir it up, stir it up. Stir it up, stir it up. Just till it's well combined. That's all it needs. And all I did was rinse this container. You see, this is the same container that I used for my first ferment. All I did was rinse it out. I did not wash it. Just made sure that it was well rinsed. And that was it. And you put your top on it. And I'm going to cover mine because that's just what I do. You just keep it in a warm, dark place for another 12 hours. If I were you, check on it maybe every 5 hours. I'm going to check mine at about 5 o'clock. Then about 8:40 or so, and it might be done. 12 hours, but I'm gonna start at 5 and then 10 because the house is warm, so that sometimes it's not gonna take a whole 12 hours. It depends on the temperature of your home, and whatever. And I might just have this near the dehydrator again, so it's definitely not. It may not take that long, but anyway, I will come back once it's done. See you in a bit. Yeah, so like I said, I'll be covering it up with keep it in a warm, dark place. All right, so I'll see you guys in a bit. And here are my grains. I will be putting milk back into that. So I'll see you guys in a bit. Don't forget to write on there your date that you started your ferment and your second ferment. Put the date and the time on there, and the time that you are going to be checking the ferment, or the time it should be done. And also set your alarm on your clock as well. Is what I do, because it doesn't do any good for you to remember and look at it. It's already fermenting. It's already fogging up and whatever. But let me get out of here. So hey guys, so it's been a few days actually since my fermentation. I've been drinking out my second fermentation for my kefir, or kefir, whichever way you prefer to pronounce it. So I've been drinking out of it. And this is my second time making the second fermentation. So this is just the second time. My first one, oh my goodness, so what I have here is this is my first one, and this is the second time I did a fermentation, and it was really, really lovely. I really, really enjoyed the first one. The lemon extract that I had inside of it, and the honey was just perfect. It was so lovely. This is now my second one, like I told you before, because I was dehydrating, and I get a little I was using that dehydrator to warm it, and I shouldn't have. I should just let it. I mean, it's gonna affect it, but I had it so close because I wanted to speed up that 12-hour fermentation time, second fermentation time. So what wind up happening is it broke a little bit, meaning that the whey separated from the kefir, which is okay, but it didn't. I noticed that this one, it was so just straight out of the canister. It was very smooth, just very smooth and very thick. But this one did something different, so I gotta not do that again. Anyway, but they both turned out, really well. But I did enjoy that. I kept bragging. I was like, oh my goodness, like thanking God, like wow, we did this, and it was, it was so awesome. No gelatins in it or anything like that. Like store bought, they may put gelatins in theirs. Even if they did, this one still was no match for their store bought. The store bought, mine was much my oh god, it is so delicious. I should say, because I'm still drinking off of it. And again, like I said, this is the second one. So I showed you what I used: the honey and the lemon the extracts and whatever, the vanilla and the lemon. Normally it's just the lemon. This one I tried the vanilla in it as well. And so next time I am going to use coconut chips, because coconut is one of my favorite flavors, just period. Coconut, I love coconut. And I said I'm gonna try that. So I have some coconut flakes that are sweetened. I'm gonna try those in my next one. Another thing I was going to do is try it with coconut milk. Try my grains with coconut milk, and I want to try powdered milk as well, because those gallons of milk kind of take up a lot of space in the refrigerator, and it would be really nice if I can just use dry milk. But I'm going to try it. I think I've seen it done, or seen that people do that, but nonetheless, I'm just going to try it and see how it works out, just with some of the small grains. I mean, use a small amount of grains. I'm not going to use my whole grains, because it already took me a long time after I took these out of the freezer for them to readjust themselves. I'm like, oh. So, but yeah, that is what I'm going to be doing. So I'm going to do a little taste test. But as you can see here, I got my bread maker out because I've been saving up a lot of my strawberries from my garden. I gave a few of them, well, more than a few, to some of my neighbors' precious children who have been admiring them. But I said, you know what? Because there is a uh, strawberry lemonade uh, loaf bread that I want to make, and I'm gonna do that today. I probably might use some dry. I need to look at the, because I'm making this up because I have not seen the strawberry lemonade. Um, or did I see it? I'm gonna look online one more time, because I'm just using a strawberry um, loaf bread recipe. I think it's in one of my um, bread making books. I think I saw that there. I could look through some of more of my cookbooks, but I don't have time for that. It's been like 2 weeks I've been wanting to make this. I'm really overdue. So I said, you know what? So I saw strawberry. I said, well, just add some lemon extract to it or something, and it should have like maybe like a strawberry lemonade taste like these. It tastes so good. Of course, it does take, like a frosting somewhat, but it's pure. It's not like artificial taste. That's what I hate. I can't stand artificial taste, sweetener. I mean, flavors or anything like that. Oh, and another thing that turned out really good, or that I found to like, is to because I had been keeping my kefir in like what do you call it, like a pitcher, like in pictures or whatever. But I found it, putting it in back into container like this, really really worked out really good. I loved it. I love, because it's, even though it has, you finish your fermentation, your second fermentation after that 12 hours, remember, it's going to still be fermenting in the refrigerator. After you put it in the refrigerator, it's still going to be fermenting, which is really really lovely, because I love that fizz and that little, that taste and tingle and all that. So anyways, that's what I'm going to be making. But I want to do a little small taste test. Let's see if because it's time for me to drink this now. Anyway, this is what I put on my stomach first, after water, of course. This is so good. And I do love it plain. Don't get me wrong. I love, because that's how I started out. I love plain, unflavored, unsweetened kefir. It's really good, but this, of course, is my first one, like I was telling you guys, and it is brag worthy. Okay, it is brag worthy, and it has a lot of the because I put more of the lemon extract in that one. Let's see here. And this one is creamy too, but it doesn't have a lot of, because I didn't put a whole lot, as you will see from the video, well, prior to, I didn't put a lot in it, but still, it's really, really good. I'm very, very proud of this. I'm very, very happy of these, for these, and I'm really, really glad that I'm able to do these from home. Again, these are, I'm going to be doing some videos over again as far as money saving tips and stuff. This saves you so much money per week if you are a Kefir drinker, you know. But like I said, it's a lot of space taken up in the refrigerator, but it's okay, you know. But it saves a lot of money. Purchasing a gallon of milk per week, or two, even if you get two of them, it's still cheaper to make your kefir versus buying those 12 or 30, 16 or 32 ounce containers. But anyway, let me get off of here. But like I said, I'll probably come back and show you how my strawberry lemonade turned out too. So I'll talk to you guys later. Hope you like this video. Hope that you are trying kefir. It is really, really a game changer for your life. Even if you're lactose intolerant, it is, because it's eating the lactose, there's no lactose left in it, but like I said, just try a little bit at a time just to see how you like it. But also, another thing I wanted to remind you is that if you have not been a person that has been eating fermented foods, you're going to start out real gassy. It's because your body is trying to remove all of, it's just what do you call it, combining with what's inside of you already, but your body is just removing it. It's just going to be, it could be a week, it could be a few days, it could be a month before your body adjusts to it. But that's just the nature of the thing. Gassiness is not bad. It's working. It's working inside of you. So don't fuss and say, oh, I'm so gassy, or blah blah blah. But that's just how it is when you're taking starting off with some type of fermented food, or a lot of things. We start with it's just happen. Your body just needs to adjust to it. So don't give up on it. As long as you're not dying, don't give don't give up on it. Anyway, let me get off here. So anyway, I'll probably come back and show you guys how my strawberry lemonade loaf cake turned out. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to share and comment on this video. Love you so much. And if I missed anything, ask the question in the comments. Thank you. Bye bye for now.